How's it going, gang? It's the final render here, and welcome back to another Fallout 76 camp glitches video. We did a video like this not long ago, and you guys really enjoyed it. Well, we're going to show you guys some of the coolest camp building glitches that are really going to help improve your camps. These are going to be 5 glitches that will even confuse the devs. Let's go! For the first glitch we're going to look at in this video is definitely the most highly requested glitch of the last video in the comment section, and that is, how do you get plant crops much closer together? Here you can see I have got 4 sets of gourds, very close to each other, hardly taking up any space. Whereas normally, if you go and try to place gourds down in your camp, or any kind of plant crop for that matter, you need an awful lot of space. If I can find it in the menu here, there we go. We can place down some gourds there, and then we need to go really far away from the other set before we can place down a second set. You know, you need loads and loads of space in between them. This obviously isn't very effective, so how do we fix this? Well, it's with a very simple technique that involves blueprinting. I first learned this technique from Sexy Man No Respawns, who you can go and find on the YouTube, who also does great camp builds. But this is a little glitch that he first showed to me, and it's really cool. What we need to do is get 2 gourds as close together as normally possible, and then blueprint them so they look like that. So let's give this a go here. Let's go to our gourd section and place down gourd 1 and gourd 2. There we go. They are now green, and they are pretty much as close together as the game is going to allow. And we are now going to blueprint these on the PC as you hold E on it and then select the other one and create a blueprint. Let's call it Gourdy Gourd. There we go. And now once we've got those placed down, we can start doing the glitch using that blueprint. So let's go and find Gourdy Gourd as opposed to the one I was previously working with down here. Here we go, Gourdy Gourd. So how this is going to work is we are going to place our first gourds down there. But what we're going to do now is delete one of them, just like that. We can store that away. And then blueprint again. Look at this. Now we can get 2 much closer together. And then you can rinse and repeat this for as long as you like until you can eventually fully stack your foundations with gourds. It is true that you do need quite a bit of space to do this, so if you've already got a camp which is kind of pre-designed, it might be hard to get lots in there. But if you have the space, then you can just fill your camp with as many crops as possible in order to save space. And not only that, but you can even take this foundation, for example, and move it somewhere else. So you could actually go and just do this anywhere you wanted. You also don't have to do this on foundations. That's just for the sake of demonstration. And that's how you plant crops much closer together. And for glitch number 2 of this video, we're going to take a look at how you can get posts on the corners of your secondary stories. This is something the game doesn't actually allow you to do by default, if I can demonstrate here. If you go and try to attach these fence posts to your secondary stories, it never allows you to place them in the corners of the secondary story, which is very bizarre to me. You think that would be the most structurally sound part of the foundation, but it never allows you to do it. You can place it in dozens of places all around, but never actually where you want them to be on the corners. It does look kind of cool like that. But how do we go and do it here? It's quite easy. I shall demonstrate it for you right now. So in order to get this glitch to work, we need to have our secondary story built, and then we need to grab these half upper floors. These half wall sections are the only ones that do it. And then what we need to do is attach it to the corners of our secondary structures, so half of it is not actually touching the rest of our secondary floor. And then we are going to attach our stair post to that corner. Why is it doing this, you may ask? Well, because you can actually attach these stair posts to the halfway point of the upper floors, but not to the corners. However, seeing as we now have a halfway point, this upper section attached to the secondary floor, we can go and put the post there. And the nicest thing as well is that since the upper kind of posts float, we can actually remove that then. So therefore, we can actually place our stair posts right in the corners, and then you just rinse and repeat it for the entire structure. As I said, you do need to make sure that you only use the half upper floors, and it needs to kind of hang over the edge, so half of it is connected and half is kind of floating in the air. But if you do that to all your corners, then you can actually have some posts on your secondary floors. Makes it look a lot more believable, a little bit neater, and it's just a shame that the base game doesn't allow you to put them in corners, but that's how you do it. And for our next glitch, we're going to look at how you can get rolling shutters on your doors and windows in your camp. So you don't actually need to have a door in there. You can just have a roll-in shutter. It's really good if you want to build like a military-themed base, which has got really high security. So how do we do this? Well, the way we do this glitch is actually surprisingly simple. What we need to do is place down our doors and our wall pieces that we want to have inside our structure, down like normal. However, the trick is we need to have 2 sets of foundations for each side. So here you can see we've got one foundation, and then we have this foundation. This wall and this window right here are placed on these foundations. But without a foundation on this side, we can't place our garage door down, because this garage door is technically not attaching to the walls, it's attaching to the foundations. So therefore, with those in place, you can go and place down your garage door. You can even delete these foundations afterwards if you want to. And then once that is done, you have got your very high security metal door ready to go. And if you want to, you can just go and pop down a power switch right there, connect it up, connect it to a little Jenny right there, and boom, looks really, really good. I've seen people use this glitch to make their shops, for example, so they just have open windows and they have all their shops behind walls, so you can just lean in through the window and use your shops that way. It's a really cool glitch that's very simple to do, and it's something that is not many people have done. So that's how you go and place metal doors to act as shutters. Next up, we are going to look at how you can hide a generator in the ceiling of your building and use it with the garage door, so you can have all those cables hidden away and those generators hidden away, so you can have more space for decorating and you don't have hideous wires all around your camp. It's a nice way to make things look pretty. Let's go. So the way to do this glitch is very simple, people. First, we need to go and place down a garage door of any variety. I've got this nice red rocket one that looks really, really good. And then we can place our walls as if we're making a regular building. Nothing really too crazy there. But then the trick is to go and grab yourself a power conduit with a wall pass-through, which is these ones. Because if we want to have our generator inside, then we need to have a connection leading outside the building. So you can go and poke this through the wall. This is not actually a glitch. This is just how these are actually designed to work. I'm going to place that out there, and then we can wire it up to our door. Just like that. Now that that is done, we need to attach our generator to this ceiling. So the way to do this is to go and grab a regular conduit piece, which will just be a little short one, but you can go and use a bigger one if you want to. Place that down there, and grab this tiny generator that you can find in the atomic store. I don't think it's actually in the atomic store right now. Technically, you can use this with any generator. However, this is definitely the smallest, and it's also completely silent, which is why I love it. And then you literally just place it on the top of the conduit. Place it on top of it as if it was just being placed on a table, for example. Nice way to actually make it a bit easier for yourself is to maybe give it a little bit of overhang so you can see what you're doing, and then place it down. Boom. And now you can actually pick up this pipe with the generator on top. But remember, this pipe we are holding can still connect to the power conduit. So it may take a couple of tries, but you can eventually find a way to get it to actually attach to the ceiling, which is a really nice way to keep all these things out of the way. And then you can just go and grab a power conduit, which you can attach to there, and connect up your generator. Boom. Now you've actually got a doorway with a generator tucked away right high up where it's not going to get in the way, it's not going to make any noise, and it's a way to make your base feel really neat and tidy by not having giant generators and cables going everywhere. And that's how you hide a generator to use with a garage door. And for our next and final glitch, we're going to take a look at how you can build double-sided walls for the interiors of your camps. Now, I'm sure some of you are going to be saying, Final render, you sexy man stud. Didn't you show this in your last glitch video? Well, that's true. I did go and show this. However, Bethesda, very controversially the other day, actually removed the ability to have floating doorways, which meant that glitch no longer works. Many camp builders, including myself, are very unhappy about it. However, Bethesda said this morning that they are going to be reverting these changes. They've realized it was a big mistake, and they are going to make it so we can do this glitch the old-fashioned way, along with all the other glitches that you can do with doorways. However, this is how you can do it for now, until they actually re-implement the original exploit. So how do we put wallpapers on two sides of walls until it has actually been re-implemented into the game in a future patch? Well, it's actually quite simple, but it is still a bit of a workaround. What we're going to have to do is get half walls stacked on top to make our wall structures. You can only do this with half walls, unfortunately. Full regular walls don't actually allow this to happen. And then we need to grab a flamethrower. We grab a flamethrower and then we actually use it to destroy our own walls. So let's go and trigger this flamethrower. And that went and destroyed one of the walls. And then we can go and move it about in order to destroy all of these walls. Sounds kind of productive, but it does make sense, trust me. And what we can also do to attack those top ones, we can go and grab a shelf of some kind and put a flamethrower on top of that in order to reach these upper ones. So go and put down your flamethrower and trigger it. This should destroy the 2 half walls at the top. Boom! Job done. So now that those walls have been destroyed, there is definitely nothing left of them. We can go and place on the same foundations. Because since those walls have technically been destroyed, they're not there anymore. The game doesn't recognize them. So what we can do is place down our half walls again on the other side, facing the opposite way as the ones before. So this is an interior side, and we also had interior sides on this one. But then the trick is, we go back to our camp system, or we go back to our little workshop area, and we can auto repair them. I don't remember where my camp is, so I'm just actually going to do it manually. I'm going to go up to the walls and manually repair them by hitting the E button on all of them. Boom! Now we have got all of our destroyed walls rebuilt, which means we can go and put wallpapers on each side if we want to. Now, Bethesda have looked at this and they have said that they are going to be reverting the changes in order to get floating doorways back in the game. However, for now, we need to go and use this technique if we want to have double-sided wallpapers. It's a huge workaround and it's a really, really big faff, but that is how you do it if you want to have double-sided walls post-patch 21. So there we go, people. Those are 5 amazing camp glitches that you can start using in your camp right now in order to make your camps better. As I said, you guys really enjoyed the first video this we did, and this has been the second one. I'm really looking forward to doing more camp glitches videos where I can quickly and easily show you how you can do some of the coolest camp glitches inside Fallout 76 to really make your camps a little bit special. Remember to check out all the cool Patreon people in the description below who help support the channel with their financial donations. MGSteve, of course, can also do the same. Remember to become a YouTube member if you are interested in supporting the channel that way and getting early access to videos. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, gang. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.